Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe, or I guess Cobra. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, huge action pose on this one. Hopefully I don't run out of room because I just put him in a... Hey, let me stick figure this real fast because... it's a huge action pose and I don't want him falling off the page. Yeah, that should be enough. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. Right? Yes. Yes. You don't know what I'm doing? Well, yes, you do. Okay, so again, I'm dealing with the I'm in the past, you're in the future. And while I'm sketching, I don't know if it's going to work. Pretty sure it's going to. But I don't know. Well, look. You see the picture. I'm not posting this unless it was finished. So I always feel like I need to explain, like, if this is going to work. Obviously it worked or the video's not posted, you know. But what I'm trying to say is at this point in time, for me, it's not done. So I am trying to make it. And I am curious if it's going to work. That's why I say stuff like that. It's kind of silly, I know, but again, you are my future. I am your past. Together, we are drawing at last. I don't know why I'm trying to rhyme. I'm just trying to draw. That's what I'm trying to do. But there's a challenge. These eyes aren't working. So I gotta figure out how to do this at this angle. Ooh, yeah, that is not working at all. Again, this is why you sketch. This is why you figure this out. But also, let's not worry about that. I forgot. I'm focusing on details. And that's what I tell you guys to do, not to do all the time. I say don't focus on the details. You want to get it to look right, and then you focus on the details. And so I've got him doing a very specific pose, and that's what's so cool about it. So that's why I'm kind of focusing on details, but I shouldn't be. So let me get this down first. Let's see. If I want it, I'm probably gonna have to use a straight edge too. Did I use a straight edge on Snake Eyes for the sword? I think I did. Alright, so more like that, right? Yeah, because I got a certain pose that I want to do, and it's gonna look cool if I can pull this off. So I've got to get it all looking right for the look. And I know that sounds silly, I'm just kind of repeating myself, but I'm also kind of talking it through while I'm doing this. So that's why I'm talking myself through. But yeah, okay, so I've got him, raise his shoulder a little bit. I've got him specifically in a certain pose, so I've got to make sure that everything works out size-wise, placement-wise, and detail-wise. That makes sense? Because I'm going for like a very dramatic pose here. Right? So yeah, so if I go a little quiet, I apologize. But that's what happens whenever I really start to focus. And you should always concentrate. I was concentrating so much I couldn't even think about the word concentrate. You ever concentrate that much? Apparently I did. Okay. Again, though, it's a lot of armor and costume. So, I think that looks about right. I probably should have placed him over here just a little bit more, but I think that'll work. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so let me finish up these details. Now the other thing is I'm going by toy design because that's what you know I've been fascinated with. I've been obsessing over the new look and style that they have. But again, like I've talked about in all the other ones, that's all I have to go by. So I unfortunately don't have a lot of details. Like I said, I'm just going by what is available to me, and unfortunately, nothing is available to me. And what I mean by that is it is impossible to get these toys right now. They are sold out, they are not available, and I'm going by pictures, basically. Alright, so yeah, so I apologize that you know it's gonna be a lot made up, but yeah, I'm trying. But that's the fun of it. That's you know the excitement is that you know it doesn't exist, so we get to create it. But I am trying to go with some of the details. You know that's what I want to do. Is use the details they have. So you know, as much as I love creating, I want to create as much as I can in their style, in their design. Does that make sense? Probably not. That's okay. Okay. Alright, so that looks good to me as far as sketch-wise. Let me get the face down, because we're good to go. I'm ready to start sharpieing, but my design is not ready. So, got him turned, and I think that's probably the problem, is I have him turned, and I can't turn myself. I can't turn the paper. So I have to redraw, or turn my whole body while I'm like remembering how to draw at this angle kind of thing. So again, sorry if I go quiet. I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. Even though he's wearing a mask, you know, so it's not like I can really draw too much. I just have to, oops, give him enough to see his brow. He's gonna have the angry brow, right? And then I've got to, this is working. Then I've got to give him a hood, right? And I gotta try to do that and still keep the look of his jumping pose, because a lot of this relies on his shoulders being back behind his body here, you know, because I want him to look a little hunched over a little bit, you know. But it's not gonna work if I can't make it look like his head's hunched down a little. So here we go. There we go. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Yeah, because really it should be like hanging in front of his face. So maybe see if I can redraw it like that. There we go. Let's try that and see if it's better. Yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna work, and it'll still place the head below the shoulders, right? Okay, I think that's gonna work. Let's go ahead and get going. Let's switch over to the Sharp. Well, hang on. Sorry. Let me erase some of these sketch lines. Now, a lot of this worked, but you know what I almost forgot? He does have, let me do this real fast. He does have like a, what do you call it? Like a little skirt? Action skirt, I guess, because, you know, there's no other reason for it. It's not like he's protecting his legs. But anyway, sorry. I'm nitpicking. So, let me erase some of this. And what I always say is I'm erasing the sketch lines, but keeping the confidence lines. My paper is not, I'm not even confident in my paper being taped down. But, some of these sketch lines worked, so I can't erase all the sketch lines. But just be careful. If you're working with pencil, you don't have to worry about erasing. You just keep going. You just start drawing darker. But I want my Sharpie to stand out. So, I'm going to lightly erase and get rid of some of these sketch lines. Okay, that should be it. I say we welcome everybody that skipped. Get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the sharpen portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than a fine point. Can find things that a fine point can't quite find. Just get the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where I'm going to go. So I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen and get into some of the fine details. Now his head's kind of hunched down and over. So I've got his eyes going like this. So see how they're kind of over like this, and they're going to be down like that. So that's why they're at that angle. So the nice thing is too, we're just going to draw some retinas, round part like this, and that's pretty much all we're going to be doing because he's got a mask on, so you can't really see his eyes as much. So I'm going to come in here with like a little bit of an edge like that, come down just to kind of show the bottom of the eye, but not draw it. You can draw it if you want, but mine, Sharpie's going to start bleeding if I keep getting in that deep. So I'm just implying a lot. Color's going to take care of a lot too, but I like to imply, and the overall picture puts it together. So I'm going to give him an angry brow coming in like this. Another one over here like this. Alright, then we can draw the bridge of his nose to about right there. Because now we're going to draw the mask. Pretty much going around his face. Thicken it up a little bit too. And the reason I start to thicken stuff up is because I am going to switch over to this Sharpie pretty soon. You're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I like to match where it's about to go. It's just kind of a little prep thing for me. You don't have to do it, but I do it just to keep it consistent with where this is going to take it. Alright, so I think, let me finish off his head, and then we'll start off with the Sharpie fine point, okay? So, his head, you're going to see about a little bit like that. Here's his cheekbone, down to his chin. Again, I'm thickening it up. And then draw his chin. Come up to about right here. And then I'm going to be able to draw the hood. Alright, so let's put a little bit of detail in the mask, a little something like this. Just to kind of break up the negative space, because it's a mask, but I mean, you know, we'll want to put something in there. So for his hood, I'm going to go ahead and start jumping in with the Sharpie fine point. Alright, so we'll draw the point of it. Normally it's a little higher, but I get his head kind of pointed down. So I'm just going to do one of these. Okay, that's where that's going to go. And I'm going to wrinkle a little bit. Usually it's just hanging down, but because he's jumping in the air, I'm going to wrinkle up the material. Well, not wrinkle it, but just kind of make it flow with like he's moving. So it's not just hanging there. It's in movement. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and... my paper's just buckling all over the place. Okay, so that's the edge of it. Now that I see where that is, I can actually close that off. And then we'll say that he's got a little bit of a collar. You can see like that. That's all you can see on that side. You can't really see it over here because of the way his head is turned, but we'll just do like that. Real subtle. Okay. Actually, don't even do that because look, it looks like we messed up the paper. It wasn't. It's intended, but it's just kind of all funky. All right, so I'm going to draw the edge of his head. And I've already sketched it out, so I know how high his head goes. So I kind of have a feel for the shape of it. All right, awesome. Again, it's a hood, so it's not too much I can really do. But I can draw like edges from where the hood is kind of flowing, you know? Something like that. All right, so the way I have him, he's jumping through the air. Well, you saw the pose. You see what he's doing. He's got shoulder pieces, but you can't really see him right now because of the way his shoulders, well, what is that part? The trapezius, I guess? The shoulder pieces are over it, is better what I'm trying to say. So let's do one shoulder piece like this, just to kind of show that that's how high that is. We're going to do the other one, like that. And this is the armor. Okay, and that's showing you how high they are. Connect that. Due to the placement of where he is. Let's do his chest piece real fast, just so you see where we are and see where the arms are going to go. So his chest piece here, we can do this at least for that part that's connecting the armor. But again, this one's covered up, so I'm going to come in here, bring his breastplate down like this. Okay, and it's got a little bit of tech in it. Well, what do we call this? Space tech? No. Armor tech? Army tech. Armor tech, I think that's what I ended up calling it. Because it's got this specific look to it, but it's not... what's the word? It's not... it doesn't move, you know? And it doesn't do anything, so it's not like computer based, but it's got this look to it, and so I like it. It's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's got a certain style that I started calling it something like Army Tech or something like that. It looks like space, but it's not space. It looks like armor, and it looks like robotic, but it's not. Does that make sense? Okay, so there I'm just breaking it up. He's got, again, like that weird little armor tech that kind of breaks up the space, but it doesn't do anything besides break up the negative space. Okay? Alright, so there we go. And again, I'm just kind of drawing like the way they have it, and hoping it looks close enough to theirs, you know? Okay, so that's it for his pecs. So I just wanted to show you where that was, and we're going to say that his waist is coming down to here. There's his rib cage down to his stomach, and he's all crunched up over here, extended out there. But I just wanted to show you that. So now I'm going to draw his sleeve like this. This one, I'm going to show you where that's coming out. That's the same thing. It's going to go up like that. So now do you see the top of his body? And then we're going to say that that also is wrapping and material stretched out because he's all in a dramatic pose, flying through the air. Okay, there we go. All right, so armor cloth, armor tech. Here's to the elbow. So again, we're basically drawing shapes. The human body shape, obviously, but you know, with this space tech on it. So it's the shape of the arm as if it's an armored suit. Does that make sense? Okay. And again, it's got a specific design that I'm just guessing at the way it looks because I talked about this in the sketch that I don't have the toys. And that's what this is all based on, the new design. It looks awesome, but I don't have it. So I'm just kind of going off, well, this is the toy. It's kind of got something like this, you know. So we'll say that's what it is. But he does have some armor and, you know, armor plates and that kind of thing. Again, there's like a tech look to this, I guess. I don't know. Space tech. Space tech? I think that's it. I think it was space tech. Alright, anyway. So he's holding his sword over his head like this. So I'm going to draw his hand, or the thumb, like that, over everything else. And then the fingers are going to be, I've already sketched it out, so I'm just kind of going with the flow of how I've placed them. Like this. I'll add some more detail in a second. I want to define the placement, or the way it's flowing. Okay, so I'm going to do the handle into the blade. Go a little bit lower right there because I know how thick this is. That'll work. See, as long as I'm not going through his head, we're okay. Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to draw the handle like this. Before I do that, I'm going to extend it out just so I can, ooh, I don't think I got this straight. Just so I can go out a little further this way. My ruler's not very long. So I get a little further this way so I can put a tip here. It's got to kind of have it upside down. That makes sense? Okay. Like that. Yeah! Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to freehand the rest. So I'm going to connect this real fast. Just kind of make it into a point like that. So see, he kind of has it upside down. Very dramatic. Very, I'm coming at you. Okay. And for the handle, we're just going to do like a little triangle. And I don't even have to make sure, I'm not drawing across right there. I'm just going to draw what feels natural. So I'm going to do, how about we do it like that, and then I'm going to reconnect it. Okay? Did I say triangle? Ugh. That's why I'm an artist, not a speaker. Because I meant a square like that, and I did not mean a triangle. But I knew what I was going to draw. Okay, so here I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm just going to connect them like this. Try to make it look good, but not too worried about it. Awesome. So now I can fill in the blanks. Here's the back of the hand. Draw in some detail. So we're going to kind of something like that. Let me add some glove detail here. We're going to say he's got a knuckle up like that, one down like this, like that, and then you can't really see the pinky. That's just kind of blurring over itself. And there we go. And so we'll say his knuckles are back there. Awesome. All right, how's yours looking? Cool. Ooh, let's add a little space tech mech. Space tech. Right? Because it's not mech. It's not mechanical. It's like, and it's not space. See, that's the thing. It's, I gotta go back and listen to my own videos and see what I said. All right, this hand's going forward. So same thing. We're just drawing like a anatomy with a little bit of detail. I'm gonna draw the back of it like this. There's his wrist. That now this hand I got kind of going up like that, so he's you know dramatically jumping through the air. Let's see if I can bend this thumb. Yeah, there we go. Dramatically jumping through the air with his hand in a fighting ninja pose. That makes sense? Probably not. There we go, something like that. Again, I'm going to clean it up. So the thumb, he's got it bent in like that. And what I also can't see is, again, because I'm going by the toy, is if there's any specific detail in his glove. I don't think so, but also I can't draw it. I don't have room, you know? Do like that, like maybe there's some kind of armor on the back, you know? I think there is. Shh. Okay. So again, it's just a little bit of like some kind of armor specific design look, but it's also cloth, so I'm just kind of breaking up the negative space is basically what I'm doing. And and you know what, there is like an arm protecting shield type kind of thing. We'll do that. Awesome. Okay, and again, just a little bit of wear and tear, just to show that it's cloth. Space Tech mech. All right. So he's got a belt on, and because I do have him kind of hunched over and dramatic, it's going to be just stretched out right here. So the belt is going to be right here. Okay, and he's got his pouches, his superhero pouches. I know he's not a superhero, but you know, everybody's got those look at me, I've got stuff to carry, and I'm going to put them in dramatic pouches right here. My stuff. You get your own. I put a juice box in this one. This one is where I keep my gummy bears. That. Again, he's all dramatically hunched over, so there's only so much we're getting in there. But he does have a whole bunch, so I'm going to draw some more. Like there's small ones, and then there's bigger ones hanging off like this. And let's do another one right here. I'll add some detail in a second. I'm just drawing them before I forget. Something like that. Okay. You know what? Before I add that, let's draw like he's got, no, I tell you what, let's not do that yet. I'm going to do it at the same time. He's got a front cloth and the side, or goes all the way around the back. I'm going to do that at the same time so I don't accidentally draw through it. Alright, so I've got them all hunched over like this. Creasing his material, and let's add a little bit of detail to these packs. And that's what really makes it, you know, if we add a little bit of extra, we kind of design, you know, a little bit of excitement, a little bit of life into just boxes. And it doesn't take much, you know, we just kind of do this. We make it come to life by adding just a few extra lines, you know, just to make it, I guess, real? There you go. See, it didn't take much, just a few extra lines to make it come to life. It took time, but it didn't take much. Alright, so now, I'm going to draw some leg and then the cloth before I forget. Okay, so his knees coming over, or legs coming over. Again, it's just that tech armor leg type kind of stuff. Knee pad. This one you're going to see the front of, so I'm going to draw his leg over like this. And you're going to see the front of this knee pad, which again is like that Space Tech mech. Alright, so it's a little boxy, and I'll add some detail in a second. I just wanted to show you what I was doing. I wanted to do those edges first so I can do this. So I'm going to draw the front coming down like this. I've got it kind of flowing with the jump. Like that. I'm drawing the other sides before I forget. So I'm going to draw this one coming out. We're going to see the inside of that one. Alright, and this one kind of flows a little bit, so we're going to see a little bit of the outside, then it's going to flow back. So it's going to go back that way, come through like this, like that. See? That one's out, this one's kind of curved. Now, it kind of still goes back here, and I see a little bit right there, but let me draw this leg, and then we can do that. Okay, so I'm just doing this before I forget, because I'm going to have a flow like that. See what I did? Just to make it like that. That, you're not never really going to see that side, because I'm going to draw this leg like this, and, well, I guess you can do it. We'll do it. There. So I just wanted to do that before I forgot, because a lot of times I forget that back, and you know, I put it in with color. Okay, so again, his like the rest of them, they've got a little bit of design on their legs, but not a lot. Like I said, it pretty much just breaks up the negative space. So I'm just going to do something like that over here as well. It's not that specific. It's going to fall apart in the color. Not fall apart, but you know, it's going to kind of blend in, so to speak. So, but it again, it's there, and we just kind of break it up. All right, so now I've got this leg here, and this one's there. He's kind of flying through the air, so let's go ahead and just finish up this one. I've got it bent in. Draw the heel. I'm just going to go fast here, because now I'm just following my shapes. There we go. Okay. Let me add the detail. And again, like I was talking about before, you know, there is the extra stuff here that I'm not going to go too far on, but it is there, you know. And there is like a special legging that he has here. I did want to add that with the big Sharpie because it is very specifically there. Same thing with his boots. Again, I just kind of want to keep the look of the textures. And then I will add just a little bit of specific detail. Again, this is like an armor look, so I'm not really going to mess with that. Here, because it's cloth, I'm going to add a little bit of stress. Okay, again, that's cloth, so I'm not worried about that. This armor, good. Good with that. Same thing over here. And this one you're seeing a little bit more of the front, so I'm going to come in here and do this. Okay, here, let me show you the back so you see where we are. This is going to go up like that. To the heel, drastically bent for this jumping pose, kicking that foot out, you know. So, like I said, you're going to see a little bit more of the front of the leg on this one. And then I'm going to add that part. That's all you can see of that one coming over. All right. Okay, so same thing. I'm just going to add a little bit of what I can figure out as far as the space tech, mech tech, muckluck. I can't even think of it. Okay, and let me do like I did over there. Again, it's cloth, so kind of stretching that out. Let's see. One little thing, let me close that off. I hate leaving stuff open like that. There we go. Okay, last thing, I'm gonna add just a little bit of design right here. But I want to break up the negative space here. Okay, one more. There we go. Now we're done. Let's take care of the rest with color. So that is Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe Classified.
So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.